Hello, everybody. I'm Greg Jarrett. Welcome to Solution America. I was counting the other day. I've got about 20,000 problems. So this book right here is going to solve half of them plus one. This is Who Knew? 10,001 Easy Solutions to Everyday Problems. And joining us now is the co-author, Bruce Lubin. Yeah, Bruce, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
You wrote this with your wife, so you work with your wife, you live with your wife, you're still married?
Only 20 years. We have a simple rule. I do whatever she says exactly when she says to do it. That's how we compromise.
And never argue with it.
And it seems
never
to work.
call her judgment into doubt. Good.
She's normally right, I will tell you that, so there you go.
My wife insists she's always right. Here's the issue. Spending too much during the holiday season.
Yeah.
And here is the solution. Unexpected tips to save you time, money, and make everyday tasks easier. All right. First of all, one of the things that people love to do during the holiday is to host a party.
Right, right. And of course it creates a lot of stress, right? But there's so many simple solutions in this book to that stress. Jeannie gets stressed during the preparation. I get stressed during the cleanup. So here's what you want to do with the cleanup. You ever notice how many half-empty glasses you have? Because people put their wine glass down, they don't know where it is, they greet someone, they start another glass. What you want to do is you get a little Sharpie, you put your initial or something on your glass, that way you know whatever is yours.
And the Sharpie washes off.
The Sharpie washes off. And of course, that way you'll wash probably half as many glasses. The other thing, if there's lipstick on a glass.
Yeah, because I wear a lot of lipstick,
yes,
and it gets all over my wine
I like it
glass.
tonight. I like it today. So what you do is with lipstick, because it's oil-based, you can't really put it in the dishwasher. You want to put some salt on it.
Salt takes it off?
Salt just takes it off. And the Sharpie, it's really simple. Then go in the dishwasher. If you get lipstick on your collar during the holidays, I would say, my suggestion would be...
Get a hotel room.
Don't go home. Jeannie, no, what you want to do is a little petroleum jelly and then some baking soda. That's what you want to do. Yeah.
I got to write that down. Petroleum jelly, baking soda.
Right. I'll tell you later exactly how to do that. If you've got wine that's left over, you know, people buy these expensive vacuums. You don't need them. You just want to get rid of the air. So you put it in a jam jar. Just get rid of the air, and the wine will
really?
stay. And if it's,
what do you do with the jam?
What's that? Well, you got to eat the jam first. If you've got champagne that's maybe left over, you know, or you're toasting on New Year's Eve and people put the glass down, they lose the bubbles.
Right.
Throw some raisins in it, and the bubbles will be reactivated.
Is that right?
That's all you do. And then you are good to go. So there's lots of simple tips to sort of save on your liquor bills, make your cleanup easier. Great cooking tips. If you're doing turkey, upside down for the first hour before you cook it. When you're cooking it. And then the last 15 minutes, a little vermouth will keep it nice and brown.
Right. And the turkey doesn't get upset over that.
Turkey doesn't get upset at that. If you're doing ham, you want to desalt it by covering it in ginger ale. And a little salt.
And that desalts it.
That will desalt it. If you burn the gravy, Greg, don't throw it out. Little peanut butter. Gets rid of all the burnt smell.
Yeah, but doesn't it...
It does not taste like peanut butter.
Really?
It just gets rid of the burnt taste. All these are on whoknewtips.com.
How did you come up with this stuff?
You know, it's been 20 years. I've been a publisher, and we never found books like this. And so Jeannie and I went out and said, you know, we'll make our own. And now, 15 books later, 2.5 million copies sold. You know,
and you try this stuff out. I mean,
we do.
You put the raisins in the champagne,
of course we
and
do.
The peanut butter and the burnt gravy.
You got it, absolutely. And they all work. These have been tested over years and years. Those that don't work don't make it into the books.
All right. But don't do that if your kids have a peanut allergy.
That's right.
Now look, holiday gifts. I mean, they can get. I was out shopping a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's so pricey out there.
It's crazy.
Homemade gifts.
Well, look, number one, for grandparents, aunts, uncles, godparents, homemade gifts, they're a slam dunk. A couple of things you want to do. You can make a very easy snow globe with, again, use that jam jar that you've emptied out.
Right.
Get a figurine that your kids pick. My kids used to pick Santa. Now, once they started picking, you know, Power Rangers, we stopped. All you want to do is put a little baby oil, some glitter, and some eggshells. The baby oil will make it look like snow.
Do you put any water with the baby oil?
No, just baby oil. That's it. Give that to Grandma. Trust me, she will do a backflip. Or what you do is you get a calendar from your bank, and on each month, you just put a piece of art from your kids. There's very easy ways if you're giving, you know, Jeannie gives gifts to hostess gifts. She makes bath salts and bubble baths. All of it's in the book.
Stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah,
Bubble bath. Who doesn't like that?
Who doesn't like that? And it's very, very simple. It's homemade. It's easy. And again, all of them in whoknewbooks.com. You can find it all.
Holiday home decor. You can spend a fortune.
You can, and what we do is we don't spend a fortune. So there's things we do with our tree. We always get a live tree. You want to preserve it. You want to put a little pine cleanser and sugar in the water. I know it sounds crazy, but it will keep your tree much, much fresher. Also, if you have a small humidifier like you use when your kids get sick, put it behind the tree, and it'll last for months.
Really?
If you've got a wreath and a live wreath, spray some hairspray on it. And that will keep the needles on. And if you've got a fake wreath that you use every year, put it in a bag, a paper bag with salt, shake it up, shake the salt out, all the dirt will be gone. And another thing about that, with these things that you store all year, like stockings, these felt things, have you ever noticed my kids get allergies when I bring everything down for Christmas?
Sure.
You want to freeze anything that's fabric, like stockings or felt ornaments, for 24 hours, and you will kill all the dust mites. So
that makes sense.
If you've ever noticed the kids sneezing before Christmas, a lot of it has to do with you've introduced all these things back into your house, right? That have been sitting for a year.
Right.
So you're going to want to just try some simple tips like that.
But then you have a freezer full of dust mites.
Well, that is the problem. The dust mites in the freezer. That's right.
And they get into that pork tenderloin you've been keeping for 2 years.
Then there's that too. Another thing, you never want to pay for those tree skirts that are $30 or $40. You just want to use an old tablecloth that's round, that you can get for about $10.
Right.
You can make your own potpourri with spices to make it smell like Christmas. And if the potpourri goes bad, you spray a little vodka on it, and that'll reinvigorate the scent.
And you get really
spray
high.
some for you, and then exactly right. So it's what we call a win-win.
Give us some other holiday tips that we can find in here, and then I want to branch out just a little bit because we do have some extra time.
Well, there's thousands of holiday tips here. There's great suggestions for gifts you can make that are really, really simple to do. There's tremendous baking tips. If you're a baker, we'll show you the simplest way to make sure the bread is sort of brown and crusty, if that's what you want, using ice cubes. There's a simple technique using that. Great way if you're baking cookies to make sure that the cookies don't spread out on the tray, and all it is using a little bit of oil, and the tip again is in the book. There's just, again, 10,001 solutions to these everyday problems, and they're really all designed to help you save time and save money and make your life easier. Tremendous ways to store your ornaments. You want to use just egg cartons for the small ones. You don't want to buy those boxes that people buy, or you want to go get wine cartons. That's it. It's simple, and it's simple solutions to sort of everyday problems that you have, and that's really what we've been doing, Jeannie and I, for 20 years now.
And it's not just, look, this book is valuable. I was thumbing through it, not just for the holidays, but all year round. For example, you've got some basic chef secrets throughout the year, breakfast and lunch, dinner, desserts, parties.
You know what it is? It's all about saving money. And so the incredible stat that I always keep coming back to is we throw out almost 40% of our food. With the tips in these books, we'll show you how to preserve your vegetables, your herbs that go bad, the spices. Sometimes spices, if you have them too long, you just want to toast them for a couple of minutes before you use them, and that will reinvigorate all of them. What you want to do with your produce is put them in a bag in the refrigerator in water, like asparagus, broccoli, cilantro, any of those things. And it's all in the book. They'll last weeks beyond the expiration date.
All right. Here is the chapter that I intend to read as soon as I get home. Getting rid of pests. We're not talking, ladies and gentlemen, about your kids. We're talking about those other pests.
I don't know how to get rid of the kids. I've tried, but they always come back.
Well, I keep telling them that I'm going to move to Bali as soon as they go to college, but they don't believe me. But no, getting rid of pests, energy-saving tips, that's really important. We spend so much on our bills.
Well, that's right. And the thing about pests is you spend this money on these sprays that are filled with chemicals. You don't need to do it. You can get rid of roaches really easily with wine. You can get rid of silverfish with cloves. All of these tips are in the book. Any of the, if you have mice, you want to use peanut butter. We'll explain how to do it, or peppermint oil. So before you spend money on these repairs, you should check out what's in this book.
All right, who knew? 10,001, just in case, you've got that, you're that one.
That one.
And the website is, check it out, www.whoknewbooks.com.
Absolutely.
You can check it out, and on your website, some of these solutions here, and if you want all of them, you buy the book.
So there you go.
Bruce Lubin, good to see you. Thanks for
Pleasure.
dropping by.
Absolutely.